Grand Rising, wonderful souls, and welcome to Bronwen's Tarot. If you are a new face, welcome in. If you're an old one, welcome back. This is a timeless collective reading on what is coming forward. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your subscribes. Thank you for your donations. They're highly appreciated. And thank you for your emails. Emails of confirmation. Emails just sharing your stories, and emails booking readings. Readings are open. Anyone looking for an emergency reading, meaning that from the day that you pay, your reading will be with you in your email box from 12 to 24 hours after payment. They're now open. Go for it. Anyone looking for a private reading that is not an emergency one, please be aware that there is a 48-hour to 72-hour turnaround for the day that you book with me. So if you book on a Wednesday, you may be waiting until Friday or the following Monday to get that reading, and I thank you for your patience. I do it that way because I am a one-woman band and I have to balance out all responsibilities that I have with the YouTube channel as well as in my daily life. And with that being said, the energy that I pick up on is fluid, meaning that I will be picking up on past, present and future energy. Take what resonates. And if I say masculine, feminine, he or she, we hold all of those energies, and so does everyone else. So again, take what resonates and throw the rest in out of the window. There is still someone going through the comment section pretending to be me, pretending to be a pastor, pretending to be a friend. If it says WhatsApp me in any way, shape or form, whether or not there is a banner next to my name, that is not me. I do not have a WhatsApp number for you to contact me from. I will not solicit money or ask for donations in any way, shape or form. That is a choice that you make, that you have to do from your own free will. If you see that, please kindly block and report those scammy scammers. Now with that being said, let's get into it, shall we? Now, the energy that came up, I had a dream download last night, and it was about being in an old job. Okay, now I worked with children for 21 years, and the dream that I had was being back at my work, and it was an old job, and I thought this is really odd because I've transitioned from that job to doing something different, and the stress just disappeared when I did so. I loved working with children. I love the connection to children, seeing their inquisitive minds and how curious they are about the world around them. But I hated the politics. I absolutely could not stand it, not only with those that I worked with, but with the higher ranks as well. So I found it very curious that I was having a dream in which I was being invited back into that industry. And I did question myself when I woke up and said, well, what's that about? And was told that this is to do with diversion. There's some sort of energy of trying to get a light one back into an experience, especially a workplace, that no longer resonates with them. So if you are thinking of changing industries, if you have changed industries already, or if there is a job that you left or you're thinking of leaving because it's just weighing you down, it's not lighting you up in any way, shape or form, this message is for you, okay? Because in this dream, there was this coercion to kind of bring me back into this job. And I was speaking to this lady that I didn't recognise, who was like, oh, you know, they're putting adverts up now for temps and stuff like that, so you can work any hours that you really like, you know, and we really miss you here, you'd love to come back. And then I saw a co-worker walking past, and I worked for a very long time also in agency, not just working in one place. So with agency, it's more or less you get a message saying, can you get to this place at this time and work for this many hours? Off you go. So every day was different, and I can remember seeing a co-worker from one of those places that, you know, when you read someone's energy and you just go, oh no, that person's heavy, and you have to move away from them. That person was in the dream, and I was like, well, that's very odd because I haven't thought about this person in an extremely long time. And I did ask, why was I shown this? And I was told, again, there's a coercion to get a light one back into a job, into an industry or into an environment that makes them wither, that makes their sovereign fire, their flame, diminish back into an ember, okay? But doing it in a way of manipulation, so it's very, very subtle. Now, usually I take out one card, but what we have here is wren, the bird, okay? We have salmon in reverse. We have bear in reverse, and we have fox. Now there must be a reason why 4 have come up, because I heard this is something to do with the four changes of the moon, or the 4 weeks within a month, because I know not every month has 4 weeks. But there's something here with the changes of the moon, that energy is going to change. Okay, now let's have a look, see how this links in. Now please remember, I don't use this deck that much, so I don't actually know where each one is, so please bear with me. So we've got bear here, let's put that one in there. Let's have a look. Fox is here. But if you are thinking also of, you know, going from the job that you're in to starting your own business, or creating your own empire, or becoming an entrepreneur, or you're sitting on an idea that you want to create into something that can become, you can become self-employed, this is definitely for you, because it definitely was the energy of something to do with, like, you know, all that glitters isn't gold, or someone trying to pull you back into comfortability, into your comfort zone, into that energy of your south node, while trying to glitz it up and polish that turd into making it look like it's actually your north node. Excuse me for my the words that I'm using. Now let's have a look, see. I hope everyone's having a lovely day or evening wherever they are. This is me making small talk while I actually look for the different pages. Now Ren, okay, here we go. Ren in the upright. So we have what looks like the 4 stages of the moon. Okay, so more or less going from the quarter to the full, to the quarter, to the new moon, more or less. Okay, so where we are right now, we have Ren, and the Ren in the upright says, and this is the actual name for it, which is Drew N, allows us to glimpse the beauty of God or goddess in all things. He tells us that small is beautiful, and that self-right realization lies not in grandiosity or apparent power, but in humility, gentleness, and I can't say it subtly. Cunning, if tempered with humor and good intent, is a way to achieve great things with an economy and effort, and a rationale and honest use of the achievements of others. This is also talking about knowing thyself, knowing where you are, and being comfortable where you are, even if there are challenges. Okay, because you look at this wren holding that feather, like getting its nest ready. This is the 4th house. This is your foundations, you know. This is, you know, how you connect to others or class others as your family, as the people that you feel safe around. So for those who have moved away from a toxic environment, a work environment that just wasn't for you, and this is even for those who are stay-at-home parents as well, because there will be times in our life, even when we are at home, we're not comfortable with the responsibilities that we have, whether it's a burden, whether too much is being asked of us. And that, you know, for example, if you have lots of children and having to do that by yourself, there is something coming towards you at the moment that is going to bring relief in that. And it's also with that energy of that dream download, of someone trying to guide you back to either taking on more burdens than you need to, taking on a responsibility that you don't need to, and it's using the word no as a full sentence, because right now blessings are coming. This is about building stability, and looking at this also with talking about the beauty of the god and the goddess. At the moment there is pure balance coming in for you, which is beautiful. And I'm now thinking that these are also, as much as these are the phases of the moon, it's almost like looking at past energy of the phases of the moon that we have been through. Okay, because this is where we are now, this is what we're going towards. Now you also have salmon, okay, and it says in salmon for the reverse, you may be trying too hard to reach your goals, or relying on someone else to find your wisdom for you. Contemplate the stories of Tailzin and Fion Mac Come Hail, and try to adapt, I think those are different animals, and try to adapt a more relaxed and open approach to life. The salmon is able to jump upstream, not by fighting against the current, but by utilizing its knowledge of the reverse current that flows beneath the surface of the current. From this salmon leaping, we have derived the word somersault as a corruption of salmon salt, children's somersault, choosing this card, reversing or upright, is urging you to connect with the leaping, dancing child within. That's quite amazing actually, because I'm correcting myself as I go through this reading. This is telling me this is the energy that they're trying to bring towards you. There's something here about kind of worrying and how you leap into the unknown. Because if you are going through a transition, or you are actually considering going through a transition, a change, a big change, because changing something like your job, it's major, and we play it down. We really, really do, because your job is your stability. It's how you bring in, the bread. It's how you pay your bills. It's how you can, afford to buy material things. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But there is this energy of, especially with me seeing children in my dream download, there's something here about trying to pull on your heartstrings, but trying to pull on the fear-based part of us, of when we were children, of not having that voice, not really having a choice in where we go, kind of being led by our caregivers, rather than, celebrating the light within us when we are children and what we follow instead. Now, when I read that once more, I won't read it all, but at the bottom it says the salmon is able to jump upstream not by fighting against the current, but by utilising its knowledge of the reverse current which flows beneath the surface of the current. This is definitely someone purposely trying to pull on the heartstrings, or the fear base that everyone has and fights with, or heals through, to get you to go back on your choices, on when you are fixed on your due north, of knowing that the environment that you're in is not for you. It's not for you, the person you're thinking of, or another light one, and that you're ready to expand. You're already growing, and you're being stifled by where you are. And remember, this is past, present, or future. There's someone here who is trying to pull you back really gently, okay, with manipulation. And this is also saying that if you're feeling this, to lead with the love part of you, of that inner child, of what lights you up, because change is scary. Change is almost like the unknown. It's leaping into the unknown, knowing that you're going to be caught. Even if when you jump, it's a difficult jump, and you start jumping, and for example, I've gone from full-time working, leaving the house at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting home at 9 o'clock, to now being at home because I am now a carer. Okay, that change was monumental, and I'm not going to say that it was smooth sailing from one to the other. However, having faith in myself, having faith that I know that everything is divinely timed, that when I jumped, I was caught. Okay, it may have been a difficult catch, but I was caught, and this is the message that's coming through here. Be like the rain. Do not worry about when you jump. There will be a current that's pushing against you, but there will always be a way of going forward. Always. Now, you also have here the bear. Now, the bear over here in reverse is saying, this is a clear warning that you must take care not to be overwhelmed by the ferocious mother, by the berserker warrior, by forces of anger and primal ferocity that, untempered with the human qualities of compassion and reason, can damage not only your life, but those of others around you. Art brings a strong presence and great reserves of power, and with perseverance, you will be able to integrate your spiritual, intuitive qualities with your primal, instinctual qualities. This is almost like a highlight that if you are frustrated at the moment at the lack of change, or the speed in which that change or that transformation is coming, that take time for yourself, find outlets, find something that is going to help you channel this, because whoever it is that is casting or trying to place blockages, they're doing it, and I always say this in my readings, they're doing it to find an emotional trigger. They're doing it to see where that wound is, so they can place something in there, because now you've got this double whammy of them trying to unbalance a light one by bringing in change that they don't want, or that isn't for their highest and greatest good. And it's now, a testament of our strength, a testament of our faith in ourselves, and in, and if you believe in higher powers, or you believe there's something bigger than just you, it's also a test of that faith too. Okay, and you're being encouraged, or this light one is being encouraged, that when you feel frustrated, or when you're feeling those more volatile emotions, that you don't suppress them, but you find something creative as an outlet for them, whether that is art or painting, whether that's poetry, whether it's just speaking it out into existence, that you're moving that energy. You're being asked to do that so that you don't become the current on the top that's pushing against you, and you can flow with the current underneath that's going to pull you to where you need to be. Okay, now the last one that came out was the fox, and in reverse it says, take care not to use your cleverness dishonestly. The kenning of the fox can easily become cunning, which turns into conning. You may feel as though you are a victim. In the past, the fox was hunted for its fur, but the hunt was considered sacred and was dedicated to the goddess. A hunter would need her permission to take the life of an animal. More recently, the fox has become a symbol of the innocence and beauty of the natural world being destroyed by man. If you feel you are at the mercy of circumstances, or you are being unfairly or cruelly treated, take a lesson from the fox and lie low for a while. Develop your skills of meditation and diplomacy. This is a double meaning here, okay? Because you have the energy of someone doing this to you, okay? So there is that energy of, I can be a victim, but it's our choice whether or not we class ourselves as one, okay? Because we can either be the victim or we can be the victor. And I know that sounds very harsh, especially when me personally, I'm not experiencing what you or the person you're thinking of is experiencing. I can only go by my own experiences. However, there's this double energy coming here because someone's projecting this energy towards you, but at the same time, the message that's coming through in this, especially as going through some sort of massive change when it comes to changing environments, and the thing is, this is about work, okay? So this is very specific. And I heard workplace bullying, okay? Something along those lines. We have a choice in how we react, how we allow people to press our buttons, or how we rise above it. And when I say rise above it, I don't mean just turn the other cheek and let them carry on slapping you. I mean in going, do you know what, I'm not going to match your energy, because this one is about anger and frustration, okay? These ones are about, you know, this is the blessing and peace and harmony and balance that is coming in when you take that massive leap. And this is the frustration and anger of where you could be right now, or not having your voice heard. And this one here is about more or less whoever it is goading you into making you feel like you're a victim. Okay, so interesting. Let's see. And also as well, for some reason I'm getting like the switcheroo, that somebody here may be doing this, but then trying to make it look like you are the one who is the aggressor, especially with this energy over here. Because I heard be careful what you wish for, okay? And this is almost a message for those who, you know, in times of anger, you know, in times when you're just like, well, feck this. I hope they burn in hell, or I hope this happens to them. I hope all their teeth fall out. What an absolute biatch. It's in those times where we kind of just lose it and go, I hope this happens. You're being told not to be goaded by them, to not be, and for this light one, to take that moment, take that step back for a second and go, do you know what? They're not worth it. I'm not going to match the energy the same as them, because they're projecting this on me. And if I do actually react the same way that they do, it's not just tit for tat, they're getting what they want, okay? Because this is a massive game to them, whereas this is real life for everybody else. Now, should I take these? Should I take these? At the bottom. Interesting, okay. Interesting. Sorry, for some reason I heard that in like Stimpy's voice from Ren and Stimpy. I've been told to take this one. I don't use this deck that much, so let's see what we'd like to come through. Now you've got here time for healing, okay? This is also, whoever it is that's doing this does not wish you to do so, because doing so means that any situation, and you've got to remember the advice that's coming up, this is not just about present. If you're going through this right now, you may have already, or this light one may have already gone through this, and this is almost like a cord that someone is trying to attach once more to pull you back into that energy, because that dream download was very much, you know, when someone smiles at you but not with their eyes, and it was that coaxing, why didn't you come back, you know, oh, it's really comfortable here. It's almost like when, you know, you have the devil card of, you know, come down here, it's nice and warm, that kind of energy. But with this time for healing, this is also a call or an encouragement, a gentle encouragement to someone, a light one, to have a look at that timeline again, because there may be something that's still attached, okay? And especially with the blue, there's something that needs to be spoken either to yourself, to another light one, to whoever you're thinking of, or actually speaking to someone about that, because you've got the fortunate compassion, okay? Not compassion, companion. So there is definitely someone here that may actually benefit from speaking this, not into reality, but speaking this out, because it's a way of removing, moving, transmuting that energy that may be suppressed. So I'm just having a sip of my hot chocolate. And it says on here, our shadows are beautiful, the fortunate companion. Okay, so whoever is projecting this, or trying to goad this, or trying to enlarge a trauma, a past trauma, or a past timeline that was just not beneficial in any way, shape, or form, what they weren't actually betting on is that a light one would actually take time to speak about this. Whether this is, you know, going and just, the thing is as well, if this is workplace bullying for specific people, that is very disempowering when it's a child being bullied. It's even more disempowering when you're an adult, because you don't expect that to be happening from other grown-ass people, okay? And I've had workplace bullying before, and then had that person say, well, no, you were doing it to me, and the gaslighting and things like that. And it can be very, very frustrating like this, to not have your voice valued, to not have your feelings valued, and for the person that's supposed to be managing you to not see what's going on. So if this is something that's being experienced by a light one, speaking about it, whether it's to yourself in front of a mirror, speaking about it, for someone here, there's something here about a lawsuit, or somebody taking action on the company, and go you, well done you, seriously. But also with this fortunate companion, there's definitely someone here that is a listening ear, whether that's on this realm, somebody who actually is like, come, let's sit down and chat about this, or this is someone on the etheric realm, okay? So if you have an ancestor, or you have a passed over loved one, you have a photograph, or you think of them and you talk out loud, they are listening, they're there for you, they listen, okay? Because you've also got love forgives distance, and it's upside down. Now with it upside down as well, there's something here about an ancestor saying you need to talk to me more, or you need to feel comfortable in unburdening how you're feeling more, because someone here, whoever it is that's kind of going, come back to this crappy era in your life, or come back to this timeline that just didn't light you up, this person's trying to block that, okay, or close that down, because you've got a time to move on, and you've got to find your night self. All right, so this is also to do with astral projection, or the way that you connect with your highest resonance light team members, how you connect with yourself, also your I am presence. And that can be with that nighttime self. This is either astral projection, or this is also meditation, and how you kind of still your mind, you know. But with that, it's time to move on. Someone here is definitely ruminating over this timeline, and this can either be you, the person you're thinking of, another light one, your divine counterpart, or whoever it is that's projecting this, okay? So this could be a co-worker. If you worked in a family, this could be a family member. If you worked with a friend that you no longer speak to, this could be them, and they're ruminating over times that you worked together, or things that were said, or how it ended, okay? And this is definitely being sent towards a light one, because you've also got the sadness of letting go and find your night self. So someone here, this, with it being reversed, this is not about sadness. This is about someone not wanting to let go of your energy, especially towards the identity of who you were in that timeline, whether that is right now, whether that is previous, or if that is something that you're thinking of doing, of moving on from that job that you're in, or environment that you're in. There's someone here who's trying to hold you back from doing so, and find your night self. With that being upside down, they're doing that astrally, okay? Because I heard moon magic. That makes sense why at the start I was saying it's the 4 phases of the moon. Okay, scratch his chin curiously. I can't speak today. What's going on with my mouth hole? Now it says here, and yet the path grows lighter and it's upside down. Where would you want me to put this one? Here. Cunning. There's someone who's trying to con you. There's definitely someone who's trying to con you. Blessed reunion and the saddest of letting go. All right, someone's definitely trying to con you into some sort of reconciliation, whether that is somebody who picked on you at work, someone who was just a shitty boss, someone who you worked with that you thought was your friend, and when you removed yourself realized that they weren't, or you're just coming to terms with that now. All right, but that blessed reunion, someone is definitely trying to build a wall over a light one's eyes. Well, I never. How unsurprising is this? Ooh, the return of the lost selves. So you have somebody here. When I see owls, I think of wisdom, I think of Odin, I think of knowledge, okay? And this little furry thing is holding a golden egg, okay? So there's some sort of knowledge. That's very interesting, because when I think of like the wisdom and Odin, okay, there is a calling for you to tap into the energies that you work with, whether that is God, Allah, angels, Odin, whoever it is, because there's something they wish to help you with channeling any frustration, any hurt, any of those volatile energies, and alchemizing that into gold through creative expression. Creative expression can be anything that resonates with you, whether that's singing, tap dancing, you know, banshee screaming, whatever it is for you. But you definitely have this guardian here, or this energy that is very protective of you, that wishes to communicate, but wishes to pass on an idea, knowledge. I heard Akashic records, something that's going to help you alchemize those volatile energies. Okay, because there are others like you. Your truth is powerful. This is something about your soul family, okay? Because I heard it's written in the stars. This experience that you either went through or going through, or maybe just about to go through, you're being told that this is divine timing, okay? Because even the shitty experiences, and I'm sorry that I'm swearing quite a lot, but for some reason this is what's coming through, and I apologize if that offends anyone, but every experience we have, the good, the bad, the ugly, they're there for a reason, because I'm sitting here as me, you are sitting there watching this as you, as the person that you are, because of the experiences that you've had throughout your life. You would be a completely different person if every single experience you ever had in your life was just beautiful. And also, when you think about it, if every single experience you ever had in your life had absolutely no challenge in it, didn't make you question anything, you know, how powerful would you be? How beautiful would you be? There's this weird beautifulness in the challenges that we have in our life, and how they create strength, how they create knowledge and wisdom in ourselves, and in, you know, the connectedness of all. But there's definitely a push towards you learning something about the experience you're in by connecting with higher powers, or connecting with your I am self through prayer, through meditation, through whatever it is that you do on your path, your spiritual practice path, that is going to connect you with your soul family, and something to do with your Akashic records, because it says our shadows are beautiful, there are others like you. It's coming out as well. This is almost saying also, this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. As much as it is happening to you, it's for you. There is growth in here, and there's something very important about you connecting with somebody else who's going through something like this, that's extremely similar. Because I heard growth and friendship. Look, going deep, and our shadows are beautiful. Whoever it is that's ruminating and projecting, this person has a different stance on the experiences, okay? Because there is my truth, there is your truth, and then there is the truth, okay? There's always more than one side to the story. So whoever it is that's going through this, they're definitely projecting from their wounds, but they are looking at this experience completely differently. They're not healing from this, because they're still pointing their finger towards you, or the person you're thinking of, as being the aggressor, or being the one who is either deserved of what they're sending, or that, you know, it was the other way round. Because again, that energy of workplace bullying, with them turning it around and being the victim. Now you've got hope is like a hummingbird and going deep. This person definitely has, can we just be quiet? This person definitely has the energy of having a superficial kind of toxic positivity to them. And I said that before, for kind of like the smile that doesn't meet the eyes. Someone who will say the words but not actually believe the energy and intent behind them, like, you know, God is great, or you know, what is done in the dark will come to the light. They will just say things like this without there being actually anything behind it, or with them actually understanding what that means, because again, the sadness of letting go and going deep. This person is definitely pissed off. I'm hearing angry. All of this energy here, this kind of like cunning and conning and being frustrated and angry and volatile, this is also coming from them, okay? But there's a con here. What is the con, please and thank you? What is the con? What is it that they're trying? Why are they trying to get you back into this environment? Time to move on. Because this person knows that you're moving on to something really beautiful. They know you're moving on to something really beautiful. And I've been told to read the Wren again. Wren again. Let's have a look. I'm in a really weird mood today, like really giggly. So I apologise if I'm just being a bit silly. But that is the energy that is coming through at the moment. Now let's see. And again, it's going to take me 15 years just to find this deck. So I hope you haven't switched off by then. Let's have a look. Let's have a look around. But there's definitely this energy of them kind of, it's not that they don't understand why you've moved away. They fully understand why you've moved away. But them not wanting you to, it's almost like this person is either an incubus or a succubus, and they want their feed, okay? Now, Wren in the upright. Drew N allows us to glimpse the beauty of God or goddess in all things. He tells us that small is beautiful, and that self-realization lies not in the grandiosity or apparent power, but in humility, gentleness, and subtlety. Cunning, if tempered with humour and good intent, is a way of achieving great things with an economy and effort and a rationale and honest use of achievements of others. This is more or less, this is the reason why they're trying to hold on to you, because you are, it's almost like you're tempering the storm, or you've tempered the storm so many times, or this light one has, that they can look back and laugh in jest at the stupidity, the pettiness, or the just immaturity of that situation. And I mean, I look back now at when I was at a certain workplace and there was workplace bullying. At the time, I was so flipping angry, like, how dare you treat me like that? I'm a human being. And I was quite vocal in calling these people out because they tried the most, but I wasn't having it. And at the time, you are angry, you are frustrated, you know. But I look back now and I just think, these people are still in their same karmic cycles. They're still, you know, filling their bellies up with gossip and what that person's wearing, and look at that person and look how they spoke. And I've moved on from that, and I've healed from that. Maybe I still need to revisit that myself, you know. But there's something here with optimism and looking through the eyes of a child when viewing things like this. And when I say looking through the eyes of a child, I'm talking about leading with your solar plexus, leading with your passions, lead with what it is that lights you up when viewing things like this and seeing them for what they are, because that's actually bringing in more that's raising your vibrations when it comes to the law of abundance as well. And I think this is the reason why this person's trying to pull you back into a job, into a timeline, into a memory, or a volatile emotion that's attached to this. Because you've also got the fortunate companion and ebbs and flows. This is also giving me that this light one, whether that's you, the person you're thinking of, is extremely compassionate, okay? And you may have, or this light one may have, made a friendship with somebody in a workplace that is almost like a friendship of circumstance. You know, you're all in the same place, you kind of have similar interests, so you just kind of make small talk, and you might hang out on your lunch break or stuff like that. But once you move away from that job, well, you don't see them again, you know. And there's something here with feeling really bitter about this person feeling bitter, because they may have lent on this light one, they may have lent on you, they may have done it subtly. There is energy of gaslighting coming in here a little bit, okay? So this person may have narcissistic traits, and remember, we all to a certain extent have some of those traits. It's just in how we heal and recognize that we have them and find out where that dysfunction is coming from. This person over here is bitter that you've moved on, or you're about to move on, okay? Now the card that just fell on the floor is, look at that, a fortunate companion. So that person that you hung out with at work, that person you hang out with now, but they're just a bit too much, or they're overwhelming, or they're draining, this person is a con artist, okay? Because look, time for healing again. There's something here also with them being the one, and some, you know, everyone's had a friend like that, or had someone around them like that, that drains them. That is the one that only talks about themselves, only talks about gossip. You know, you can just about get a word in edgeways. They're also that type of person, and we all know them, who asks for advice, you give them advice, and then the next time you see them, they're in the same position, because they're not looking for a solution. They're looking for a way to emotionally outpour and dump onto someone else without asking if that person's emotionally balanced enough or has enough space for them to do so. And that's the energy I'm getting here, especially with this time for healing, because this here, the con here, is them playing like a victim, or them, and that comes back to this energy here of this card about us naming ourselves as victims, because when we do that, we disempower ourselves. This person does this purposely to see what they can get from someone else, okay? Our shadows are beautiful in time for healing. It's coming out clear. So this is a double message of realizing that whoever this is that is trying to project, trying to pull you back into a timeline, an environment, a workplace, you know, a work industry, or just a job that is no longer for your highest and greatest good, or was no longer good, for your highest and greatest good, and you got out of dodge. This person is constantly trying to place you back there so that you sit in your shadow with them, okay? Now, what would like to come out? For some reason I want this one over here, okay? Good cheer came out. I just pulled it, good cheer and harmony, okay? And you've got wisdom, okay, and that's the second owl that's come out, okay, because I heard heed my advice. What advice do you have for the lovely light ones? And it says here, confidence. By earth and air, water and fire, let my confidence take light and burn higher. If you have any doubts, okay, because this number condensed is about change, and this is all about this reading. If you have any doubts about your forward path, take a moment for yourself and ask yourself where those doubts are coming from. Is it your energy, or is it someone else's? Is it a worry that has been projected onto you, whether that's by a do-gooder or by whoever this person is, or is it a genuine worry that you have? And then ask yourself where that fear is coming from, because when we govern ourselves by fear, it limits us to the capabilities that we think we have, rather than the capabilities that we have in allness, if that makes sense, okay? Because wisdom here, on a Wednesday with a waxing moon, let wisdom come and be renewed. We were talking about moon phases, weren't we? And how this person is using moon magic. There's something here, because 7, that's about truth. Truth coming through. And over here, I did say an energy that wants to give you something to help you alchemize, okay? Now with this waxing moon, I suggest to those that it resonates with that work with this type of energy, with moon magic, because moon magic can be used for good intent or for baneful intent, okay? So if you are a practicing white witch or green witch, or it just interests you, I would find out when the next Wednesday is nearest the nearest waxing moon, because there's information here that an ancestor or a highest resonant light team member, whether that is Odin, whether that's an ancient ancestor, wants to give you some information, okay? More than one. Look at that, you've got 3 ancestors here who are all ready to give you some sort of page out of your Akashic book, out of that Akashic records, that's going to give you some truths here, okay? Because on here we've got true love come to me. True love shall come to me, as I do will, so mote it be. Now that is very interesting that we've been talking about work and then love comes up in reverse, because the first thing I thought of, especially when we're looking at transitions or, you know, questioning where we are when it comes to our work and how that links into our life purpose and how that links into our passions lead, is the running theme that's been coming through a lot of my readings is talking about our divine counterpart and how our divine counterpart actually links into our work, into our expansion in entrepreneurship skills, whether that's a project, whether that is promotion, changing industry. Okay, there's something here with this person wishing to pull you back into a job that isn't for you, because it means you may miss your divine counterpart. You may miss that opportunity to meet them, whether on the astral realm, on another realm, or on this realm. How interesting. Imagination's coming up, and it says here, imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to thee. Now this again, what number does that condense down to? 5. Change, 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 change. There is something here with trying to block your connection to your divine feminine energy and how you connect to the cosmos, okay, with putting this distraction in of whether I should stay in my comfort zone. Should I stay in this comfort zone and not jump and not leap so that, you know, the universe can catch me just like that salmon? Tell me more, please. Tell me more. What an interesting read. And it says on here, courage. Look at that, confidence, and then courage in reverse. And it says here, by shining brave and true and bright, my courage now returns this night. And it's upside down. So there you go. And with that purple, that is your crown chakra or your third eye. And we're just talking about imagination, which for me is connect not only to your divine feminine energy, but also to your third eye. There's someone here who's purposely sending doubt and worry towards you, because 8 is all about abundance. It's about your hard work paying off. Tell me more about this person. Look, this person is pissed that you've moved on. Oh my goodness. And it says here, as I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Now this person could be a family member. You could have worked with children or be a teacher, or you may be looking to move into an industry or a job or a position where you are teaching others, and it doesn't matter what industry that is, but there's definitely a bitterness or a bitter taste coming from this person that you've moved on, or that you've ascended, or you've just got on with your life using your best foot forward, okay, because you've got strength, okay. So this person is using some sort of incantation, some sort of astral projection to try and weaken your words of power also. Not only in how you speak your revocations or how you do your return to senders and protection, but also how you speak to yourself and how you trust your intuition, okay? Because strength says here, strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina, I empower. And again, you've got 7, so it's to seek. This person does this not only like during the daytime. So for example, if you're working with them now, or this is somebody in the office, or this was someone that you worked with, they talk like that to manipulate others, to make other people feel sorry for them or feel like they have to carry a burden for them. But they also do this astrally, okay? They do this to many. Wow, okay, this is the con. This is the con. Look at that. The con here also is that they pretend that they are a lot stronger than they actually are, because this person is a practicing witch, okay? And the thing is as well is that I don't place a negative stigma on witch, because you have all different shades, all different classes of witch, okay? You have those governed by light, those governed by dark, and those that sit in the middle, okay, who are governed by both and will act out of both banefully and lightfully. Not for me, I'm just for light. However, this person over here acts like they're quite innocent and they need a lot of help, but this is all fake. It's all fake. This is part of the con, because look, they purposely pretend that they aren't wiser than they actually are, because this is how they hinder other people's healing. Okay, this is how they hinder other people's healing so they can heal. However, they didn't realize that the person that they were doing this to, I heard, was all powerful, or had, you know, at that phase in their life, if this is past, had the potential to become all powerful, and when they left that working situation or that friendship of circumstance behind, that they were going to exponentially grow. They didn't realize this, and they also didn't realize that what they were doing or what they're trying to do now or will do is going to hinder their healing. And I'm hearing their physical healing. Their physical healing, because healing here says, candle flame, burn this hour, bring to me your healing power. This person has been properly trying to project not only like stress, worry, doubt about forward path, but also something to do with actual health conditions, okay? Or project their health conditions onto this light one, whether that's you or another person you're thinking of. Okay, this is also to do, now this person could also have issues with their own sensuality or how they see themselves, and for some reason I'm getting that energy of, you know, when you get a friend and then you realize that that person's actually copying everything about you. So you get your hair cut and they go out and cut it similar, or you know, you wear a certain color nail varnish and the next day they're wearing exactly the same one. And I was just watching a program called Am I Being Reasonable? Am I Being Unreasonable? And it's a British like drama sitcom thing, where this woman befriends someone else, and the next day she has the exact same jacket as her. She's gone out and taken a payday loan out to buy this really expensive jacket just so they have the same jacket. It's that insecurity in themselves. That's the energy I'm getting from this person, because sensuality here says your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. Okay, and this is expansion. This person does not want you to expand without them. Okay, this is weird energy. Weird. Yeah, and look, but this person's getting their justice for what they've done. Okay, because it doesn't sound like a lot, but when somebody is subtly taking your energy without permission, that is subtly overloading you with stimuli that you don't need, that is subtly and passive aggressively trying to pull you back into a timeline that is not for your highest and greatest good, this person isn't your friend. Okay, they are very covert at what they do. They are a con man or a con woman. Okay, and it says here, by the power of 3 by 3, Mayat, deliver justice to me. And again, what is the number on there? 5, baby. 5. Okay, this person is getting their comeuppance for what they've done, and part of that is not only people starting to figure out who they are, but they've been left by themselves. Okay, and there's this weird energy coming from them that they're very codependent. They don't want to be left by themselves. That seems to be one of their fears, of being left behind, being forgotten, and being by themselves. And that's what's happening because of how they have treated those around them. Okay, because you've got peace upside down. Bridget Goddess, in your sacred name, a light within me, peace is flame. This is what they've brought on themselves, unfortunately. Anything else? Look, wisdom and sensuality coming out again. Now, let me have a look. See these ones? Yes. Let's see what else wants to come out. Because you've got here 3 of Wands. They did something else to try and stop your growth. And I heard promotion, because you've got 2 of Cups. They didn't like how balanced you were, even when you were working with them, because there's something here about them enjoying kind of that gossip or that moan of, for example, being in the staff room, of sitting down and everyone moaning and everyone going, this job is crap, or I don't like the manager, or this or that, or blah blah blah, and you or the person you're thinking of just not joining in the same way and going, well, you know, you've got to look for the brighter side of it, otherwise why are you working here? And that really annoying them, that you weren't harping in and you weren't on the same energetic vibration as them. Okay, and I heard you think you're better than us, because look, you've got temperance upside down and then you've got balance. So you've got their energy right there and this is your energy. Okay, and they didn't like it. They didn't like that they couldn't get you to kind of harp in the same way that they were, because you've got Elder of Wands. So they did something to try and block you. Okay, because I heard for someone to lose a job. However, this goes back to what I was saying before with everything that happens to us happens in divine timing, or it's divinely guided, even the crap stuff. And for me, I left a job. I was more or less that workplace bullying. I was kicked out of a job without actually handing in any notice, and in Britain that's illegal. You have to hand in your notice and say this is the date from 4 weeks from 4 weeks till now, I will be leaving, and these are the reasons why I'm leaving. And they didn't get that from me. I didn't give that to them. But I was given an email saying, oh, we see that you're leaving on this date. And I was like, what the fuck is going on here? But it turned out to be in my best benefit. And, you know, hindsight is a bitch. We don't realise the blessings until we're out of that environment and we can look back at the chaos that we were in, you know. And definitely this person, whoever it was that you worked with or you work with now, this person is purposely putting some sort of block in a very aggressive manner, okay? A very aggressive manner, okay? And it's because of this. Look at that. Look at all that money, that stability. Look how thick that tree trunk is, okay? There's something that is bringing, there's some sort of blessing that's coming towards you that they're trying to stop, okay? And that's the thing. For some, if you have lost your job and you have this, you know, inkling that it was someone else, see this as a blessing. And I know it's quite easy for me to say that, not being in your position, but I have been there, I have. And it's not until you are a couple of months down the road that you look back and go, thank God, or thanks my lucky stars that I'm not around this energy vampire, that I'm not around that boss, that I'm not in that environment, because look at the opportunities that have just landed on my door. Look at this that's just come in for me. Look at this amazing blessing. Because, you know, I'm not Christian at all, but, you know, that saying of God's divine plan, there is a plan, there is a path, there is a specific purpose for you, and what it is that you experience as you go along, they're all part of it, okay? Because that, sorry, sipping my hot chocolate, that is what's coming along, okay? And you've got 2 of Wands, okay? There's something in the mix that's working you towards this. That's working you towards this. And let's see, what is that blessing? You've got Child of Wands that flipped itself over twice. And you've got Child of Pentacles. There's some sort of actionable step that they were hoping that you would take that would kind of trip you up. Something that's a bad investment. And that's what they were putting in with this little sour... For some reason, I'm getting like a shut up spell. This person may have done a shut up spell and it went wrong. Because with that joy upside down, and like my throat is so dry, and I've been talking for like nearly 50 minutes. However, they tried casting something to remove someone from communicating with you. Okay, because you've got 3 of Wands. They're trying to stop this promotion, or they're trying to stop you from moving on from them, because they know that if you move away, if you have no doubt in your mind about never looking back at that era, and when I say that, I don't mean not healing from that, but just closing that door in, no, I'm not being enticed to go back to that crap hole, no thank you very much. They know that you're just going to keep going forward, and you going forward is going towards your destiny, your blessings, the things that you are deserved of, okay? Look. Yeah, they're trying to stop this cycle. They're trying to stop this death from coming in, because with the death card there, it means the Fool card is just around the corner. Anything else that would like to come out, please, and thanking you. Do you want me to take those? No, put those back. Okay, so let's see what else comes out. Guardian of Wands. What was I just saying about the Fool card? Shut the front door, right? That's I love this. I absolutely love this, because look, you've got the Guardian of Wands. This is aggressive, fast motion. I'm surprised that the 8 of Wands hasn't come out. And then you've got the Fool. This is coming up quick. This new beginning is coming up quick. Well, this is where they are. Oh my giddy aunt. And I'm getting that 2 people were working to kind of take away your abundance, or take away this opportunity. But it's coming in hot and fast either ways. Coming in fast and furious, man, just like those cars in the film. And you've got 7 of Wands and you've got 6 of Swords, okay? You are being advised by your elevated ancestors, your highest resonance light team members, that any kind of energy that comes up that makes you feel angry, frustrated, or in any way wanting to compare yourself to whoever this person is, don't even invest a second in it, okay? Because not only are they not worth it, this is more or less what they're trying to do. They want you to think about them. They want you to think about that experience. In any which way, because that attaches the cord, okay? Because you've got the 6 of Swords here. You're being told to remove any attachment to that competitive streak that they may be trying to project towards you, okay? because you have this beautiful new opportunity and beginning coming in hot and fast. Hot and fast, my lovelies, hot and fast, okay? Because you've got here 7 of Pentacles to the 8 of Cups. This person has been working for a very long time. Even, I think it's from the first time they either met you or the first time you went into that workplace, in that experience. They straight away realised how abundant you were. There was something about your energy. They've been working very hard to try and disempower you or place doubt or irritation or some sort of chaotic energy around you. Okay, why have I been shown this? Why have I been shown this? Show me. Because you have here Ace of Wands to the Moon card. And that's the thing as well, is that the Moon card, when I first took it out, it was the other way round. Okay, so it's almost like you intuitively knew this. With it being upside down though, their actions, they're going to get caught out for their actions. And it may not be towards you, but it will be towards the next person who's in that environment. The next person that comes in that lights up the room with their energy. Okay, because that Ace of Wands also, they're going to get called out for doing something. All right. People are going to see, because I heard their bosses are going to see. Their bosses are going to see. And you've got here the Emperor energy in reverse, okay? They're bringing chaos on themselves. They're literally bringing chaos on themselves when this is what they were trying to send back. Because the return of lost selves. Oh my goodness, I don't know how I didn't see this either. This is also a message to do some sort of return to sender. Why did I hear no hot foot? For someone here, I don't know if someone here has like ancestors that use hoodoo or voodoo, and you have to remember when I say that those practices are not evil, those practices are not dark. It's only the intent. It's when people start using blood sacrifices, for me personally. But things like hoodoo and voodoo are part of people's cultures, okay? The same as Santiera is someone's culture. The same as Wiccan is someone's culture. It is, and like I said, there are different shades of witches. There are different shades of practicing things. And I had to highlight that because someone's ancestor here did practice voodoo or did practice hoodoo, okay? But they're saying something about hot foot powder. And I heard sprinkle it on the past and let it go. So there's something here about lighting a candle and using hot foot powder on the candle and lighting that candle and just saying this timeline has ended. Something along those lines. I find that really interesting, okay? Now let's see. Because the reason that I had to highlight about, you know, hoodoo and voodoo and Santiera is because I don't want people in the comment section going, oh my God, that's evil. No, it's not. It's the intent that is. It's our actions that are, okay? But the information, the rituals that are passed down from us, from ancestor to generation, is how we use them. It's whether our intent is baneful or our intent is to protect, to ground, to love, to cleanse, you know. And you've got here Hermit and the 10 of Cups. Now with this in reverse, for some reason this is giving me that whoever that resonates for, especially with that hot foot powder on a candle and just saying to the past, I let you go, because hot foot powder is to remove something, isn't it? This is telling me that this is they're going to get some sort of download, okay? It's going to remove anything that's energetically attached to you or the person you're thinking of. And it's going to be sent back to them in dream state. This is also to do with your health, because the Hermit is your 6th house, which is ruled by Virgo. There's something here about it. All the health spells and things that they've been doing is going to get sent straight back. Now, can I get one last piece of advice before I go? Because this is nearly an hour long, my loves. And they all throw out. And you've got here the Star card. The Star card. This is not only that your destiny is written in the stars, and this blessing that's coming forward is destined for you, it's fate. But whatever it is that this person has been doing and for how long they've been doing, they are going to be outed, and they're going to be outed in a ridiculous way where everyone sees them. Where everyone sees them. There's something about someone recording them, like losing their shit at work. Yeah, they're losing their shit at work, okay? And it's something that they thought, something to do with the astral projecting that they're doing, and how they are kind of siphoning away someone's solar plexus energy, okay? Or drinking on the job. Why did I get drinking on the job? Anything else that needs to come out? Yeah, something that they're going to do is going to imbalance them big time. They're going to see you blow up, your career blow up, but your well-being and your health blow up. And it's going to leave them so imbalanced, okay? But that's their karma, and I say that without judgment. Because look at that, this is the Knight of Wands, so the Hierophant. There's something here about them losing, they're losing something, the ability to see other people's abundance. Part of their justice is actually losing the ability to read other people's energy, to see who they can harvest. Because you've got the Hierophant and then you've got the Two of Wands. And there's something here also with whoever it is that did go through some sort of unfair dismissal. If you are taking that person to court, or you're taking that company to court, that you're going to win. Okay, because you've got the Two of Wands to the Three of Wands. They're going to keep trying to stop you moving forward. But I think the piece of advice that's coming through here is to trust your intuition, and to constantly, and I don't mean constantly like the whole time through the day, but daily set it into your, your spiritual practice, that you are checking in on your own energy and reading whether it's yours. Is it someone else's? If you're having dream downloads, how do you feel when you wake up? Did someone send something? But doing it from a sense of calm. Because reading your own energy means that when they're sending this stuff, you can just send this stuff straight back. You can literally just send it straight back. Because this doubt, this worry, we all have doubt and we all have worry and concerns at points. But if you're walking around just doubting yourself, or worrying about the choices that you're making, not sure what you're going to do, there's something here about checking in with your energy and going, is this mine? And if it's not, sending it straight back to this person, because it's part of their justice. Now I'm going to leave it there. I really hope that gave you some confirmation and clarity on what you already intuitively know. If you are new to my channel and this resonated for you, I'd love for you to hit on the like, the subscribe and the notification bell so you can see more of my content. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your comments, your emails. Thank you for helping my channel to grow, because like I always say, if you weren't here, I wouldn't be here, so I appreciate you. Anyone that is looking for a personal reading, all of my information is in the description box down below. Just look for the row of blue arrows. There's 2 emails there, and send me a message. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening or night, and I will check you out and see you in the next one. Bye everyone, bye.